Hi, you're listening to the Life is Scary podcast. I'm Prog Goddess. Life is Scary is made of Giblet,
Hello.
Atiana,
Yes.
and Flame.
It's me. Today we're talking about FOMO, or the fear of missing out on things in general. We split that up into two parts. One is how it can lead to us making poor decisions, and additionally, how it can lead us to making poor purchases, let's say, which can be quite dramatic in the grand scheme of things.
And you know what? I have to say that I am someone that deals with FOMO a lot, especially with this pandemic. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I have found myself like feeling like I need to do stupid stuff and buy stupid things because everyone else has it.
Amen.
Like the PS5.
Yeah.
Did you
Ooh.
Did you
actually
get
get
it?
to pick it up?
Okay, so this is what happened. Like, I had people at my job trying to get the PS5 online.
Same.
And I finally did get it
Oh
as an
my
order.
God.
And then I was like, I don't really want this. There's no
Oh.
games I actually want from here. Like, I have a PC. I just bought the PC in July. What am I doing? And keep in mind, prior to that, I had an Xbox. What is it? The Xbox One. I had one of them in the cart that I
Oh my
had
God.
purchased.
You
But it
buy
was like
everything.
everybody was talking about it. And I had nothing else to do with the money that was in my bank account. So I was like, I might as well buy a new console.
Yeah.
I'm horrible.
I don't know how so many people in marketing got fired during the pandemic because this was the year to sell shit to me. As long as it had any kind of advertisement, my ass was buying it. I did my taxes today
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Well, what was your sales tag for this year?" I was like, "Oh, it's definitely more than last year because I spent so much." And they were like, "Yeah, but you made less. You were on unemployment." And I was like, "I know. And my debt is more too because I was in my feelings and everyone was talking about everything and I needed to be a part of that conversation." I know that a lot
I
of
mean,
people played a lot of shitty games for that reason too.
yeah,
Myself
Cyberpunk.
included. Oh man, I was on that. I've never heard of Cyberpunk, but there's a million people talking about Cyberpunk 2077, and how, oh, it's like an RPG, it's set in the future, a little bit of cyberpunk action. Like, that seemed like such a good idea. I'd never been in that genre before, but at least I knew about RPGs, and I wanted to trust my friends. I wanted to trust the hype, and that's an easy bait mate, right? People got fired in marketing because it got dead easier. They could do it for way cheaper. People
It's
with
true.
the word of mouth and FOBO works against us when bait us into paying $60 for games that should have costed 20. Like, honestly, like, I don't want to pay $20 for glitches like that. Like, goodness gracious.
Oh my God,
I
I
heard they
That's
were
a
know.
really
whole
bad.
They were horrible.
Yeah.
Um,
And people trying to justify the game was more like Flame.
oh
For a
yeah.
second, I was questioning your sanity because you were like, "No, it's a good game. It's a good game. It's fine. I'm having so much fun."
I'm being attacked. I'm being misquoted. There's lies and slander in the media that I must address. All right. Point one. I remember saying things like,
He has a
it's
figure
a
up.
f***ing
There's
game.
many points to
Okay.
come.
I have many points to come for sure.
Okay.
Point two, why are you so excited about slandering me like that? Why are you clowning? I've already owned the decision. It's my decision to own. All right. I'm being attacked and I
See,
don't
he's
like it. All right.
justifying
There's no other points. Just like counting things. That's the main point. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Okay. But okay, so like beyond, but okay, so this is my thing. All right, this is what I don't understand. Back in August, and this is going to be touchy for somebody in this podcast because we had a whole debate over this game and the fact that you could get a certain character if you had a certain console. Marvel Avengers,
Oh my god.
that game was crap. Like, it had so many bugs. Like, that was another one. I pre-ordered it and I played the demo and I was like, ooh, it's buggy. Hmm. The day it came out and people were like, it's buggy. And I was like, Steam refund. Because I was like, I'm not paying $60 for
It
a
had
buggy
potential.
game.
That was 60. Oh my God.
Yeah, it had potential. But then it's like a few months later, we have Cyberpunk. Why are y'all
Mhm.
surprised and why are y'all buying it? We just had a
They
game that
should
was
have.
buggy. Like,
Yeah, they should have waited like at least till like another year for Cyberpunk to come out. It's just people were like, They have nothing else to do. They're like, we want Cyberpunk, and when they get it, it's like, it's crap. You're like, what do you expect?
It's crap.
Like, you could have waited, but
rush.
I think
FOMO.
also, yeah, FOMO definitely contributed, but I feel like we were also harsh on. This is playing devil's advocate because we're harsh on these developers. I don't include Cyberpunk in this because this game has literally been being made since the dawn of frickin' time. Like they've had so many years to perfect this game, but games that were in development for maybe a year or two, half the staff had to go home and work from home. So the polish that I think we were expecting from some of these games and from the bits that they were advertising were really good. It's kind of like the Wonder Woman 19 whatever 80 something
Oh,
movie where like
Nineteen
some
before.
of the
we
movie
started.
some of the movie looked really good and then other parts of the movie you were like, was this made in someone's basement? What is happening? Where did the
Yes, it
quality
was.
go?
What-
And
what-
I think that's the case with a lot of these games, but at the same time we all wanted to play them because everyone was talking about. I never played an Animal Crossing game in my freaking life. This
Me too.
year I played an Animal Crossing game because I was seeing everyone play the damn thing, and I knew that everything was seasonal and that I was gonna miss out on shit, or else I'd have to cheat to get it, and I would be labeled a dirty, dirty time traveler for the rest of my life, which I ended up doing anyway. Yeah, we all did it.
Disgusting.
But
Truly.
oh, damn if I was sucked into the advertising of it. It wasn't even them. It was people
even.
just sharing their games. That's like ugh, I feel
Honestly,
suckered.
Same. That was literally me. I'm like, I have to get on this because if I don't, like,
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
even.
miss out on everything.
Did you own a Switch before? I didn't even own a Switch.
No, no,
Exactly. Yes, we all
no, I
Nintendo.
didn't.
Nintendo did the biggest con on all of us. We're friggin'
They
screwed.
did so well.
Though,
Oh.
was it them
It,
though?
It
Disagree.
was.
it got to the point where you Switches were sold out, and when they restocked it, it was sold out in like a day or two.
Mhm.
Like people, one of my friends, he bought the Animal Crossing Edition Switch, and he sold it for like almost triple of the price.
Was that Benny?
This
No.
is
Oh,
America.
okay. You guys will meet
Like
Benny.
also
eventually.
Benny.
Yeah, I
No.
think Benny was like, "Oh yeah, I had an extra copy of the original, and I'm selling it. I think." Which you dirty,
Like-
dirty scalpers.
Yeah.
Taking
So I guess
advantage
that-
of my FOMO. Sorry.
Yeah. So I guess that point where it was always like Switch was always sold out. And so that is insane. And Nintendo made so much money from
know.
Animal Crossing and Switches and
But
a lot of other
it
games
is
on
a game
Switch.
that we get free updates for, so that's good.
That's why I love Animal Crossing.
But looking at Animal Crossing, I feel like Animal Crossing is another view of FOMO. It wasn't as bad. But I felt like after I got over my first 400 hours of the game,
Sorry.
I was like, this is
400.
boring. What am I doing? Why? Okay, I'm going to shake trees. I'm going to go and dig this one hole. Okay, I'm going to go to this store. Like, I felt like Nintendo had an opportunity to like make that game so much more.
Mhm.
And instead, they were just like, oh, people really like this game. Oops. Like they weren't expecting it. And it was just like, of course, we have nothing else to do.
I
This is
know.
the only way we
Nothing.
social.
For
I
once.
don't. I honestly don't think because I play it so much less now that I'm working
Mhm.
again than I did when
Mhm.
I was out of work. When I was out of work, if I didn't have animal, honestly, it saved my birthday. Like my birthday was in the middle of the height of the pandemic, April 20th, National Weed Day. I was at like the height of the pandemic. I was well, technically I was furloughed. Let me not pity party myself. I was furloughed and lonely and missing out on my newborn baby nephew's life. And they threw me a little birthday party. And I was like crying. I turned it on because I started the game as soon as the day started because you had to get a jump on everything before everything was gonna run out of time and everything was time limited and all that shit. and I need to see the shops open. But I celebrated my birthday through Animal Crossing, and I wouldn't have
Mhm.
had that if I didn't have FOMO. So it's the
True,
Oh
true,
it's
man,
the
true.
silver lining.
what a
It's FOMO.
time to be capitalized upon. This is crazy. This FOMO thing, I don't blame the companies per se. I blame them for other things, but making money off of our desperate butts, lonely, needy butts for during a time of
Mhm.
like a pandemic, like last year was, and extending to
Mhm.
now, because we still in it. There ain't
Mhm.
no mysteries here. We still in that mess. Uh, like we need certain needs to be satisfied, you know? And this
Yep.
FOMO thing is like an expansion on that need. I'd like to feel like I'm a part of the group. In certain ways that people feel parts of groups is with shared cultural like experiences or shared video game and media
Mhm.
experiences. So if I'm the only one in the group who hasn't played Animal Crossing and then everyone else around me is playing Animal Crossing, that's a perfect situation for me to do I just sit out and miss out on all these good memes? Allegedly, I don't know if they're good memes or not, or I
They
didn't
are
know at the time.
amazing.
They are amazing, apparently,
Mhm.
right? I didn't even play it that much. I did eventually, based on that very situation. 3 of my friends in the Discord call talk about Animal Crossing. What's this game? I ask, and they tell me about it. Suckered in because that was like the one, like a way to continue that line of discussion. I want to feel like I'm not holding the group back. It's like a collection of like anxieties and anxious thoughts that sort of push me into throwing $60 a game. Thankfully, I had a Switch already at the time, but even
Did you
so,
get Animal Crossing?
I did get Animal Crossing. I played it
Oh, I
for, I
didn't
would
know
check my
that.
Switch. I played it for like 4 hours, I think. I was like 4 hours straight too. I was like, this is actually pretty good. Tried to log on the next day and play a little. Was like, actually, no. I was riding a little bit of a high. I think I was anxious when I was playing it. I was like, I was scratching an itch, and that itch was
You're like,
scratched
no.
thoroughly, and I'm like, good. $60 down the drain. Nintendo knows what they're doing. They do
No.
that refund shit. That's okay. Which is crazy.
Mm.
It was okay because in the pandemic, I'm not paying money for transportation. When I bought it initially, I was out of work. Like straight up, like we're not coming back. We don't know when we're coming back. So take care of yourself. Get on that unemployment mess.
Yikes.
It's like, all right,
Mhm.
whatever. I'm just gonna be staying at home. I'm not spending money on eating out per se. I'm not transporting nowhere. Right? Save money and then throw it into something else like Animal Crossing,
Animal
evidently, and a
Crossing.
million other things because the year was long and full of terrors. You know.
Yana brought up a point where um, specific games were feeding our FOMO, like Marvel Avengers. They were making content exclusive for certain consoles, and it absolutely had me considering, like, do I have to get a PS, what was it, PS5?
5.
Do I
Yeah.
What a
have to
phrase.
get a
Have to.
PS5 just so I can play Spidey Man? Just to play,
Mhm.
which I guess is the nature of um what is it called, console exclusive titles, like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miles Morales is exclusive to PS5 and an excellent game. Isn't
Uh-huh.
the desire to play that game, does it give you enough FOMO that you need to buy a freaking console?
It's tempting,
Oh man.
but should you do it? Like, yeah.
I think, okay. These games that we are so like hopped up over, people don't even talk about them anymore.
I know.
Mhm.
Like, no one's talking about Marvel, nobody talks about Spider-Man, no one talks about
Oh my
any of these
god, the
games.
perfect games that we all suckered ourselves into: Fall
Yes.
Guys and Among Us. We all
I, s-
played Fall Guys and we all
yes,
played Among Us, and none of us play
It's
Fall
yes.
true.
Guys anymore. We still kind of sometimes play Among Us, but Among Us was out here like fucking ruining friendships.
Straight
I
up.
mean, personal
Like, I
opinion.
still
I'm
have trust
glad.
issues.
There you go. I feel like Among Us, like, lets us see alternate sides. Like, you want to know a whole person? Yeah, play a little game like Among Us with them, you know? And it's like, if I vibe with this entirety of a person that's cussing me out because I wasn't sure about whether I was in medbay or cafeteria, like, I'm glad I learned so much more today.
Where
Also, fuck off, but thank you so
were you?
much.
Okay.
Where
Mhm.
were you? Why were
What
you doing
task were you
scans?
doing?
What scans? I was messing with
Oh,
the
there's only
Yahooten.
this many of this type of
I'm not a
task. There's
nice
no way you
man.
could have been doing
Mhm.
that task because we have this type of task and this type of task. Everyone had, it was like people were turning into full scientists and detectives
And
in
be
Among
wrong.
Us.
Mhm.
And being
Well,
unemployed, and you're like, man, you better show these Among Us credentials on your next fucking resume, because this shit is
Mhm.
legit. You know, you
Be a
caught
detective.
me. My God. Arrest me. Get the Cubs.
I think it's the worst
Like-
thing when people like, oh, you're just standing there. I'm like, I'm reading chat. I'm streaming.
Or like, I'm thinking,
Kick me
okay?
out.
I don't
They
know
put me
how
out.
to swipe the card.
Yo, me too.
Ugh, that was awful.
Oh no.
The
Oh,
30
cards.
no.
tries later, then I die.
Yeah, look, I used to threaten y'all. I'd be like, listen, if you see me at this thing, you let me finish before you kill me. 'Cause that's
Or the
swiping
damn
that card, you'd be
Simon
like,
Says.
nope.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Nope.
god. Don't even.
Oh man.
Like, just do not kill me until I swipe. Because when you die, you guys swipe the card again. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, that's
That
true.
would be my feelings towards Simon Says. I would genuinely shed
Mhm.
tears over Simon Says. If you got to a certain point of the damn thing and then all of a sudden you're dead and you're like, I just had one more to what? Just one.
One other thing I hate about Among Us is like when you're like mid-task, like downloading something, and then someone like recovers a dead body, just like I was almost done.
I
That
don't
was my
care
last
who's
task.
dead. I don't care what you have to say. I almost finished my task. I'm booting you. I don't care if you did it or not. You are
Oh my
going
God.
into the atmosphere.
Oh
Fuck
my
you.
God.
Moral of the story, you learn so much playing games like Among Us. I'm so glad I got to share an experience with some people that I don't share that experience with anymore. You know, just like get a little bit of X, a little bit of O's. It's good
Yeah.
stuff. It's good stuff.
But definitely,
But
there's
I
a lot
mean,
of hype
yeah,
for these games.
a lot. Look at Fall Guys.
I know.
I mean,
I did not
I
win
will,
a single crown. Did you?
Me neither.
no.
I
No.
got close.
It looked fun. Honestly, like I can appreciate it from a distance. I understand it. It's just like there's something that's lacking that drives me back to playing the game like other games do.
It was
And
also
how
very
it's happened
buggy
because
on
FOMO is
launch.
abusive and it's suckering lots. It suckers us by the millions. It's terrible. Terrible things.
It was also very buggy on launch, and I think we all spent so much time like trying to form a party and link up to begin with that by the time we got into a match and it loaded properly, it was the best thing in the world. Just because of how much turmoil we went
man.
into to get through. And it was a fun game. It just, and we thought it was gonna, I thought definitely people would be playing it to the end of time because it was also that social media dude.
Oh, he was
That
amazing.
marketer, he was fantastic. He had
Yeah.
major companies making skins for him, and the game was in beta. It wasn't even out yet. It was freaking brilliant.
Oh,
Okay.
and Phasmophobia too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Faz
blew
didn't
out.
have it
I'm
as strong.
convinced Faz is gonna
I
stand the
feel
test
like-
of time, though.
I feel like I got FOMO'd by Faz, but you know, you get FOMO'd harder by other things. Sometimes certain games are for certain people. So
Yep.
sometimes like the FOMO drives more people to play the game than ordinarily would occur. And some of those people probably would end up enjoying it. So that's not the craziest thing in the world.
I definitely would have
Um,
never picked up Faz if it wasn't for FOMO.
Same.
Because I don't play
Absolutely.
scary
Yeah.
games. And that's as
Nor
scary
should
as
you.
it gets. It has you talking in your and making you feel like your
Never.
room is gonna get haunted in real life. She's like, "Are you
It's true.
there? Can you give me a sign?" And something falls
Mhm.
off your shelf in your room, and you're like, "Oh shit, this
Like
is
this.
real."
But like, I wish, like, I really, really wish, like, Faz could have gotten a Title A developer to back them because Faz could be terrifying. The fact that it's like, oh, it listens to you as you're talking and
Yeah.
it reacts. Like,
Mm-hmm.
think of like Silent Hill, but
Yes.
Faz. Like, that would be
Yes.
amazing.
Who knows? They might
me-
still get something like that.
They gotta, like, they have,
Yeah.
they gotta have some
Yeah.
backing,
Mm-hmm.
and that would bring it back. But
Looking
ladies
for-
and gent,
Mhm.
we're not only talking about like technology and games. Y'all are not gonna act like y'all don't remember what happened last year, or was it the year before? No, I think it was last year.
What?
Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, that was last year, like the beginning of the year, right?
That was the FOMO
I think
of
that was
FOMO.
the end of
On a curse.
2019. It was
Curse
the-
it, let's
it
talk
That
about
was
was-
crazy.
They
Just
sold
like it.
out of chicken sandwiches. Who fucking
Mhm.
sells out of a chicken sandwich? I
That
didn't
was
know that.
craziness.
Popeyes.
Did y'all eat one?
I did
Yes.
in 2020.
Goddess. How
Yeah,
was it?
2020. It was good. It wasn't like a terrible chicken sandwich, but it was just so overhyped. It was just like a regular chicken sandwich. I waited in line for like 25 minutes to
Well,
get
if
the
you got
sandwich.
if you went to the Popeyes near where we live,
Mhm.
to get the during the pandemic, there were only a very few during the pandemic, like we're still in it. During the height of the pandemic when everything was genuinely closed and you couldn't leave your house. There were
Mhm.
only a few places that were actually open serving food.
Mhm.
Popeyes was one of them. It was only drive-through. And when I tell you
Mhm.
that my hungry, lonely ass waited in my car 3 blocks down for that chicken sandwich, yes, I did. And was it worth it? Yes, when everything I was eating was my own cooking. It was absolutely worth it. I was more than happy. It was the best chicken sandwich I had ever freaking ate because I waited 3 blocks
Oh,
to
man.
get it.
Flame, did you have it?
No, I did not. That was not on my social circle radar. That's not where I was at. I was not aware of this thing.
It
The
was
social circles thing.
everywhere.
There
I
were news
don't think
It was all over
stories.
social
this
media.
time last year, I don't think I knew who you people were particularly well. So that's my excuse. That's my
It's all
reason.
It
over the
wasn't
world.
us. We all
Sure it
met
wasn't.
this year. Well,
This
except for me and
this year.
Kelly, but
Like
2020.
last year, right?
Flame,
This
I'm
year.
concerned.
I had no
You did
idea.
not know about the Popeyes chicken
No,
sandwich.
I don't believe it.
not the slightest idea. When you said Popeye, I was like, is she talking about the KFC
This
console
is
thing? That was
just
KFC. What's going on here?
this is further proof that Flame is a bunker babe. He's been living in a
Bunker
bunker.
Babe.
Seriously. Flame,
Hey,
people were attacked.
people get attacked every day. I see different.
No,
I see
no, they
different
were.
People
attacks, I
got their
guess.
food
A man was
stolen.
stabbed
A man.
in
Yeah.
line for this chicken sandwich.
Was Szechuan sauce last year too? Wait, what?
No,
Yeah.
Szechuan sauce was 2 years back, I think.
19? Oh, that makes some. That feels like
No, I
2019.
feel
now.
like it's 2018 even. Well, maybe the early 2019. Because
Oh,
Popeyes was
I'm
late
the blur
2019.
Corona.
Y'all are making 2020 encompass several years that it did.
Was it
Listen,
not?
it was a
Maybe
lot.
4 years.
Okay.
It
Years.
was.
Can you see these grays? They are here because of 2020.
No
I mean,
one
they
can
were here
see your
before, but I'm blaming
grays.
2020.
Mm.
Youngin.
I blame them too. Like
Oh, man.
2020 was just long and hard. But I cannot believe you did not know about the chicken sandwich. Like,
Not one peep. I had
It
no
was
idea where the story was going for a hot second. you.
oh,
I had so much faith in you.
You
Y'all,
had
you were
such a
strong,
dead
you were
stare.
wise.
You were like,
I
Flip it
can't
and
believe
ship
it.
it.
Like, okay, this is how bad it was. I tasted one. Even gluten-free Yana was willing to take that possible
Oh,
horrible L. And I made my mother get one, and I was like, I'm gonna try it because I need to figure out why people are standing in line. Why did that man have to get stabbed? Why were they fighting?
mm.
that's great.
I
You
need to
just gotta
figure
know.
out because this
oh
obviously is gonna
man.
be amazing. And I was just like,
Hmm
it's the
I
what
feel
is it,
like
brioche
Did you
bread?
do
I
it?
was like,
brioche bread.
I
Oh, that
liked
bread is so
it.
I
good.
was
It
like,
was
that's
like
all this is.
it was like
You were
soft and gooey
softy.
bread. I don't know how to describe it. It was good. It was good, and you know what? I don't regret any minute.
Ariel, we've already established, you established, in fact, that you were under duress, right? Someone was abusing you and putting you in a place you didn't want to be to eat that
Stop it.
sandwich, all right? The experience is under question. That's all I'm saying. We gotta microscope that shit. Gotta figure
Oh
it
my
out. What
god.
was actually going on?
It's not the
Okay.
bread.
Well, I do have to say, Giblet is right. Popeyes was 2019. It was November.
It was the end of
November.
2019.
Oh
The
man.
end of 2019.
Because it was sold
Yep.
out. It wasn't sold out in 2020 because I got it.
Look, because nobody was going to
Uh,
the
it
No,
was
what
store.
so
it
good
was,
though.
well, the 3 block
Mm-hmm.
long line said otherwise.
Right.
Only people with cars could eat out. That was the thing. If you didn't have a car, they didn't even let you stand in line outside. They were like, "No, you need to be
They're like,
in your
mm-mm, mm-mm.
vehicle, sorry."
Oh man.
No,
But no,
no.
but I mean, I wonder what's going to be the next FOMO, though.
Well,
Mhm.
I think currently, so what we're seeing happening is everyone thinks that this pandemic is over. Everyone thinks that everyone can just go back to what normal is. And I, for one, know that I'm seeing, not on my personal Instagram, because I don't follow people who would do this, but on Instagrams worldwide. And social medias worldwide. Everyone is just going out and
Mm-hmm.
parties, and like the holidays happen, and people were like around other people without masks. I had a friend who had a birthday cake, and I saw the woman blow the candles out on the birthday cake, and she ate the cake, and I was the entire time feeling like I was watching a horror film. Because I could just say it in my head, she blew on that cake. She blew on that cake. She blew on that cake. What are you doing? Don't put it. And the whole, it's like that part in the movie where you're like, don't put the icing in your mouth. Don't put the icing in your mouth. Oh my God, she put the icing in her mouth. And I completely had fear and horror. But once the fear and horror subsides, you start to wonder, oh fuck, I miss people and being out. Damn.
If you would
Not
entertain me
anymore.
for just a hot second, could we roll it back? What horrifying incident was saying stuff like, don't eat the icing, don't eat it, don't eat it, and then she ate it? What? What?
Okay.
Are we just talking
So,
about the cake
all right.
thing?
Flame,
Cake.
flame. When you blow a candle out, you're
Right.
blowing germs everywhere.
No.
So
No.
COVID.
Candles burn the
COVID's all
germs.
on the cake.
No.
COVID's on the cake.
The
COVID's on
COVID
the
cake. Oh my
It's a
god.
COVID cake.
Whoa. Which is reminds me. I was just thinking about this. How about like social norms that were part of the normal, which should totally not be part of the normal once we get back to wherever that is. For
Mhm.
one, the blowing out the candles. Like, let me have this small child whose birthday we're celebrating just spit all over this cake we're about to eat. Let's just have it happen. Just make it
It's the
happen.
same
We
thing.
will build strong, healthy bodies by spitting on the cake, right? That's what we all did. I'm pretty sure, right? And it makes no sense to me now that I think about it.
Mhm.
Another thing for those of us who share the weeds and whatnot, like that's passing, sharing. No,
Don't pass the
it's like,
Dutch.
I mean, maybe
I
with your
mean,
significant other, like okay, that makes some sense. We're just swapping a little bit, nothing crazy, right? I, with
You're
with
already
friends,
swapped.
with like just a little bit of like friends, like I met you hour or two
Mm-mm.
ago. Cool, right on. Like we're just
no.
swapping. We're gonna do this later. We're not. I just share weed. It's like a not. You're
Or
so
even
presumptuous, young
like,
man.
I used to share drinks with my friends all the time. I was a whole ass mess. I wouldn't go, like, someone would order something different, and I'd be like, I want to taste that drink. Sippy,
You
sippy,
want to taste?
motherfucker.
I used to do that
And
too.
yeah, and I think back on it, and I'm like, what the fuck? How did we
Like,
all
why did
not
I
have
do that?
mono? What the what's wrong with us?
That's the secret.
Mhm.
They did all have mono. The narrator would note. Oh man.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was completely the opposite. I didn't do that. No.
Oh my. You
You
were
were fully
smart.
Yeah.
prepared
I
for
don't
this
share. I
pandemic.
have shared drinks with probably my parents,
Yeah.
maybe siblings. And when they hit a certain age, I'm like, where's your mouth been? No, we
Yeah.
can't do that.
But I'm also
And
like the kisser when I'm drunk. I'm kissing everyone. It's not
Goodness.
good.
no,
It's not a good
no.
trait to
Oh.
have. I didn't say it was a good thing. Don't judge me.
Ariel,
Like
Ariel,
maybe a couple
we're gonna miss it
guys
on
I've
less.
drank.
We're gonna
Yeah, no.
we're gonna less do that. Yep.
Oh, well,
That's the new
obviously,
normal.
no one is
Every
getting a
time.
kiss after this thing. No one.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
Every
Also,
time
like,
you're about to do it, just say coronavirus.
Just
Fine.
scream it into your
and
mouth.
run
I
away.
just
Away.
won't get drunk anymore around people. Cause
Whoa.
I
Oh.
I love closeness. Closeness is fun when you drink.
Mm.
And what's
That's
closer
true.
than kisses? All the kisses.
You pair with
I've
Teddy.
kissed basically all my friends. Melly, we haven't kissed, but basically I've kissed all my friends. Just
Oh
'cause.
man.
Drinks. Drinks.
Which makes me sympathize with the people who wanna. I mean, they're dumb. The people who are actually linking up and meetups in person with no masks. It's being dumb, but I understand where it's coming from. They're missing out on something that's like kind of integral to the human experience. Like, I don't appreciate how you're exercising that need, like how you're getting your fix, right? We all, I mean, you can Discord's free. You can see people's faces and stuff. It's a thing you can do. A little bit of money
Or
invested in the
Zoom.
camera, but like Zoom, another thing, right? Um, as someone who definitely at the end of the year, like idealizes or dreams about maybe being able to meet up with friends in person with masks and people vaccinated and stuff. Like I know that I have to just like slowly think about it because end of the year
Mhm.
a lot can happen, or a worse idea, I guess. Very little could happen. Maybe
Mhm.
this coronavirus stuff stretches out. This fucking the alternative variants that may not have different effectivenesses with the vaccine presently. Like it's scary stuff that
Mhm.
people fail to, I don't know, realize
Mhm.
one outweighs the other. Unfortunately for them,
Mhm.
one outweighs the other. Personal health, public health outweighs your need to see some people and swap spit. You know.
Well, I will say that FOMO genuinely almost had me. So I desperately want to be in a room with my little nephew. I have one best friend, and I don't have any like younger anything. I am the youngest. I have a young cousins, but they're in Puerto Rico. I don't get to see them. So my best friend had a little baby at the beginning of 2020. I saw him when she gave birth. I was there that day. I saw him literally the day he was born, and then once on Mother's Day because I dropped off something and I saw him through a window. Like I didn't even get to be there, and I've missed out on this little child that I'm supposed to be like a part of. And I almost at the beginning of this year was like, fuck it, I want to see my little nephew. I'm gonna see my little nephew, and I was invited to a birthday party, and then the party was in a little room, and then I thought about, because I personally work as an eye nurse, and I was like, oh crap, the idea that I could give someone something and not realize that I have something because I'm exposed to it every day. And I hadn't even gotten, so I'm vaccinated now. I had both shots, but I hadn't even gotten any of the vaccine. And the vaccine doesn't really stop transmission. It stops you from feeling the symptoms of COVID, but it doesn't stop you from giving it to somebody. It reduces it maybe slightly, but not entirely. So I was sitting there for a moment, racking my brain and dealing with emotional turmoil, feeling left out because and they're like going about their lives because they also feel like they're being safe and the people they're hanging out with are being safe. So what's the likelihood that they're going to get anything? I don't have that. I don't have the thought process where I can even say that I'm maybe safe to hang out with because I'm not. I deal with patients every day, and a lot of patients every day. I'm seeing like 40 patients a day at least in an office that has 7-8 doctors that each see 40 people. So I'm exposed to each and every one of those people. So I desperately want at least the minimal experience that everyone's having, and I can't at all unless I just like wave in the street or something.
Man, oh man, that root of all evil, this missing out thing. We miss out on a lot, but at the same time, we also have a lot going for us. I feel like we are. I mean, for one, things could be always a lot worse, right? But instead of thinking about like how that's a very obvious statement, we could also think about things that we do enjoy on a daily basis, right? Without missing out on them. And how we'd feel if those things were like taken from us for some reason. For some reason or another, you couldn't use Discord for like a week or something. I don't know. That's something we'd use to tap in and do our social
I would be
interaction
devastated.
type stuff. Social media, I would absolutely be devastated. I'm not a big Facebook and Twitter sort of person, so you can scratch that itch with a lot of different ways, which helps us perhaps alleviate certain irresponsible activities like meeting up in person and stuff.
I understand that. I do. But I get how you feel, Giblet, because I have a best friend who had a baby um September of 2019, and she was all the way up in the Northeast. And so I was like, that summer I'm gonna come and visit her, and then COVID happened, and so I got to experience, birthday parties via Zoom, and then another friend had a baby, actually got married, had a baby, and all that 2020, and I was just like,
Wow.
We're feeling FOMO over these like incubated lifestyles. These like people literally are living in incubation. They're just popping out children because they're like bunnies in a cage.
Bunnies in a cage. Oh my.
Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. I would not be surprised if the moment I get to go outdoors near a preferable person of the opposite sex, I might have a bun in the oven because yes, I'm tired of being alone.
Yana
and
said,
looking
"Come
through
put a
cameras.
baby in here, please."
There might be a
She
baby
did
in me.
not.
but it just
Oh, well, maybe she did just say that. Alrighty, you heard it here first.
it might happen.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
tired.
god.
I also see like I know we're all experiencing FOMO to a degree in our own personal lives. But I think for the most part, I think us and people that we know are not going out and like traveling unless like it's an emergency you need to go somewhere. Then, that's understandable. But like I think it was like the first maybe like few months of the pandemic last year, like celebrities are traveling, having birthday parties. I'm not gonna mention names,
I'll mention names.
Right, Kim Kardashian. She
Like
had a
weekend.
birthday party.
On an
Like, she had
island.
yeah, on an island. And she was literally like talking about her privilege in the post. Like she literally said it, right? Like, and then
Mhm.
like this is the wrong time to do this. Like people can't attend funerals because of family members who've died of COVID. People like they can't work. They have to pay bills. They're out of work. They can't even get unemployment for some reason. Like, and you're just like, hey, I can. My family are safe. My family is safe,
Family and
and
friends. She paid for everyone to get like tested and bubbled or something like that.
yeah, like we're
Mhm.
good, and we can. I can travel, but you can't. Like, that's people just traveling, and I know people. I see people traveling to like Cancun and freaking
Mm.
just
He was
everywhere. It's
dropping him
like,
off.
Just dropping them off for the day,
Just-
you know.
The kid's a cocoon with my own backpacks. Topical. Love her.
Yes. Oh,
Left the
that was
dog.
just the soonest I could come back. That was the soonest flight I could get. Everything else
Yeah.
was booked. It's a whole
But okay,
panoramic. Nobody's booking flights. You know that ain't
full
the case.
disclosure, I did take a trip last summer.
On your favorite rocket ship.
Yo,
No,
you
it
had a
was
little car
Delta.
coming? Oh my
It was
goodness.
Delta. It
Oh.
wasn't my favorite rocket ship. But I will say, it's a shame. Like I felt like the best time to actually have taken a trip would have been over the summer. Like everybody was scared. So like the precautions they were putting into place was amazing. Like you went into the airport, they had you walk through like you normally do and everything, but every 5 steps there was like hand sanitizer. And the people were there and they're like, put the mask on, keep the mask
Mhm.
on. You go do baggage claims and there's a person standing there like, I need your hand. Like they were like, no, you ain't gonna act like you pressed the button here. They were
Love
like
that.
Yeah.
serious. You get up the escalator, there's somebody
And
like
the
they were like,
tickets were
no.
like dirt cheap.
Delta was like, listen, you take that mask off and you're not eating or drinking, and you're banned for life. And people tried them, and they were like,
Really?
you're banned for life.
I
That's
stand Delta now.
insane.
Wait, that's the same airline that had the dude ripped off the die. Oh
Oh.
my god. What is
And
this?
they were like, you're banned for life. They don't
Oh
care.
my, what a heel turn. You go, Delta. You go.
Yeah,
Oh
totally.
I
man.
wish.
Did. But on top of that, the way they had the seating was there was 3 rows or 3 seats in a row, and the middle seat was empty.
Yeah.
And it was nice because it was like, okay, you at least have that little bit of space between you and a person.
Mhm.
And then because of the fact there wasn't that many people on the flight, you had even a little bit more space. They
Mhm.
did not give you food. They literally gave you a bag with a bottle of water and some nuts. They were like,
Mhm.
don't talk to us. No, you can't have
Mhm.
soda. We ain't bringing the card out. You're not supposed to be taking your mask off. Like they were like, no.
Mhm. You're gonna sit through this 12-hour flight and just breathe
And
in
figure
your
it out.
Mhm.
mask.
They're like, you're gonna figure
Yeah.
it out. And I mean, I felt personally, I was like, probably the safest I've ever gone on a flight.
Yeah,
Like
it
they
does.
were
It does.
on it.
Mhm.
And then, September, October, they were like, we're gonna put 3 people in a seat.
Yeah,
Come on,
they
just wear your
totally
mask.
right now there's not
Like,
the same precautions.
it's like,
Absolutely.
what happened? They were
Yeah, and
doing
it's
great.
also different though because I'm exposed to people who travel a lot. The place that I
Mm-hmm.
work has a lot of affluent people and people who live in a world in their head and forget that the rest of us have to be in that world with them. So, if you're traveling and you're capable of taking the necessary precautions in quarantining, by all means. Airports
Mm-hmm.
need money. These places that you're going to need money. Like, it's stimulating the economy. I get it. It happens. You need to travel. But if you're traveling and that you think that when you come back, life just starts right back up again and you don't have to quarantine or anything after you've done some risky behavior, you're out of your damn mind. You should not be allowed to travel if you're going to be irresponsible after your travel. You have no idea how many people we have to turn away at the door, which luckily they slip up and say it. because a lot of people don't understand that we're going to turn them away. Because one of the questions you ask is, have you traveled? And they go, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when did you get back? Well, yesterday. Well, did you take a test? No. Well, bitch, get out of my fucking building. What are you here for? What is wrong with you? I'm breathing your air. Leave. Who are you? You're patient
Ew.
0. Get out.
That's pretty much kissing as far as I'm
Yep.
concerned. Disgusting. Ew. Ew,
Yeah,
ew.
like, why are you
Particle
here?
from you and me? Yeah.
Like,
No,
and
no.
acting like you don't fucking know we're in a whole panoramic. Stop it. You know this is happening. It's not news. It's not
It's
new.
beautiful.
And the fact that the CDC is like, okay, so we still think you need to wait the 14 days, but because nobody is listening, we're gonna lessen it. Maybe you'll start listening. Oh, you're not listening now? Okay, so you don't have to wait. All you have to do is do the long test, the test that comes back in 10 days. Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to wait. Okay, so wait. Now you could do the rapid. The rapid's enough. It wasn't enough before, but it's enough now apparently.
It's something.
Those are not accurate though, right?
No, but now it's so in the state that I work in, it is now acceptable to take a patient and allow someone in out of quarantine if they pass a rapid. And all because
Insanity.
people weren't waiting for the PCR.
Mhm.
And people wouldn't. It's either. It used to be you either wait for the PCR to come back, which was taking 7 days, and then with the holidays, so many people were traveling that those things were taking more like 10 days to come back, and so they said, oh, so many people aren't listening. Let's make it a little easier. Take a rapid and you can go. And even that now, people start like, well, why do I have to take a test? Well, stupid because you traveled. Get the fuck out. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the one kid in the group has to have everyone's candy taken away because he had to spit it out and put it on the floor. Damn
Wait,
carpet.
was I supposed to get candy? Did y'all take my candy? What the heck, dude? I thought I could trust you people. Jesus.
No
Oh,
candy for
man.
you.
You think you know people.
Nope.
Okay. The problem is the CDC is dealing with Americans who are not having
Yeah.
their freedoms trampled. Freedoms trampled
Freedom.
because masking and testing and whatnots. Crazy stuff.
Mhm.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I can wear the mask for up to 12 hours a day, this is what's it called when you speak to everyone? This is a speech for everyone. If I can wear it for
Public
12
service
hours,
announcement?
this is a public service announcement. If I can wear the fucking mask for 12 hours to get you health care for your eyeballs, you can wear it when you go to the grocery store. You can wear it when you're out in the street next to people. I don't care if it's when you're in the street alone. If you're next to somebody in the street, wear your fucking mask.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. Wear it.
On the subway.
Yes,
I work in the city,
Oof.
and I take the train, and there at least I think I see 20 to 30 people on the train while I'm commuting without a mask. And when I see that, I get out and I go to the next cart.
And let's be real, the train was disgusting before a pandemic. This is just like a whole other level. You were bound to get pink eye using the train any day. And now it's like, it's a cesspool of disease.
I couldn't imagine being in the subway or
I can't.
on a train
I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
doing
Maybe
this.
because I don't have a car, and
Well, you can't drive. And so
I work in the city. So
for
there's no
anyone
point
who
in
doesn't
driving
live
the
in New
city.
York, everyone outside of Manhattan calls Manhattan the city. You all call New York City, New York City. Manhattan is the city, and it is impossible to drive and find parking in the city. So you, even if you
yeah.
have a car, you're gonna take the train anyway.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that just the thought of it. Like, I see people here in Atlanta that they call it the MARTA, but like, I just could not imagine how they are able to regulate that. Like, you can't clean those seats before someone else sits down there. Like,
You don't.
it's just,
And that
No,
pole, if you
yeah.
don't hold on to that pole, you are dying.
yeah.
You are dead. That train is taking off, and you're ending up
Yes.
outside through the window.
I've mastered like staying still. I'm like, as that lean back,
Just
I'm
riding the wave.
Proposal.
like,
We need train stations to partner up with Purell, and you know, like the Nickelodeon, like the slime dunking thing, right? They hit like the lever. Just like anytime somebody gets up off a seat in the train, just like pull
the lever.
and just fucking power Purell all over the dang thing.
Make it a game show.
Just
Pull
blast it, just
that
blast
lever.
The lever, exactly.
I will
Like,
say
seriously.
the only thing that I've seen on trains, and they do it for buses too, I go to Brooklyn sometimes for work. So at the last stop where I get off, in Flatbush, they literally there's like a whole cleaning crew. They go on the train and they clean all the cars. They clean the seats, they clean the pools real quick. And they all do it in like 5 minutes. They had like a whole bunch of people just getting on the cars and
They
cleaning
use
them.
the alcohol misters,
That's good.
which
There
is
you go.
new
Alcohol kills.
technology. It's crazy. The thing you put your hand under, it's like misting your hand with alcohol. And you're like, wow.
Whoa. When you said that, I didn't understand, I guess. Whoa.
They need a
I've never
mop
seen that
too.
before.
Yeah,
But that's good. At least they're
And
doing
a bucket.
something.
they have them in my office. They stink.
Mm.
Well, that's good. Look at that. Progress being made. I just hope they keep up that stuff. The good habits, there'll be a population of people who maintain some great habits as far as cleanliness, and there'll be some of the bullshit going on. We'll just have to live in it because this is the world, you know?
Yeah, I had some
Life is
dude
scary.
peeing on the gas pump the other day. That was fun.
He
That
said
is
poop.
interesting. Is he just mad
Is
like
she?
the pump is bigger than his pumper? Like,
No, I think
what?
he was
What is
just
happening
drunk.
there?
It was early in the
Oh.
morning, and he was peeing
Mm.
on the. And I was like, oh, okay, so much for progress. We were worried about COVID. I have to now worry about everything else that can be transmitted through urine.
Oh, yeah.
With their urine?
Through urine. Through urine.
Because he peed.
He
He-
did a little pee. Mhm.
He did. a
He
little pee
urinated on
on the pump.
the pump.
Wait, like the box part of the handle? What are we talking
The
here?
pump.
Visualize.
The
Paint a
thing that-
picture.
we
the
wanna
thing
know?
that you touch.
I do.
The thing that you touch.
No, the worst part. Oh my god.
Why are you peeing on? You know what? I hate.
Yep.
I don't hate people. I just hate some.
I hate people. I will go on record saying I do
We
not.
do not hate people.
I love how the people who are in public. I feel like we're all in public service to some
We
extent.
are.
Like I think
We are not gonna
you
hate
get
people.
appreciation for the
I
depths of
may hate
depravity.
people, but I still give even the most awful patients care, and I
Oh,
care deeply. I work real hard, care deeply, but it does not stop me from genuinely hating everybody.
oh man. Arya
I
wants a
see people's
cookie.
actions, and what they do, like how their
Yep.
mind works sometimes. Like, why you gotta pee on that?
Yeah, you didn't have
I
to
gotta
pee on
touch
that.
it now, but I can't. Like, wait for someone to come in back. I wait like 20 minutes so he can clean it if he does.
They don't
Mm.
play
He
it.
does.
That
Twitch
gas
shine.
attendant is just like, I do not get paid enough to go clean
To
my
clean up
handle.
urine.
Pay someone's
No.
fee.
Right.
No, it's bad enough I gotta take money from the urine guy.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Oh god. Yeah.
Yep.
I need some positive affirmations.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It just went real dark.
I know. Oh, I feel bad because
Capture that
anytime
man.
I'm ending the recordings, these podcasts, I think it's gonna always end very dark. I'm a dark woman. I'm so sorry. I love you all, and I hope everyone watching is having a great day. And if you're not, it's gonna get better because you've listened to this. We're making it better, right? Spirit fingers, no.
Yes.
So
Things like this.
no, let's quote the
What are
movie.
those?
It's not like
What?
this. It's like this.
I
Oh,
love the
I
fact that
understand
she
so
thinks
much
we see her.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Does
Just a little
Flame
bit of a
understand or
pocket, yeah.
no?
You just lied to your face because I'm just trying to
Oh.
roll with it. That looks like jazz hands, but like a microsecond. That's what I'm saying. Is that what am I
Yes.
understanding?
It's a movie
Yeah,
we
that's
grew
what
up
we
with called Bring It On. Oh my god.
Imagine
Bring It On.
growing up. I could never. I've heard of Bring It
Oh.
On. I think I've even seen it. It's just not for me. It's one of those dance ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cheerleading even.
Whatever. I saw, what's it
The
called?
movie is a moment.
I think I even enjoyed that one. It was like on TV.
Gabrielle, you-
Come on.
Awesome. Oh wow.
Yes.
Like
I
Black
have.
girl.
totally
I
freaked
don't
me
remember
out.
any movie at all.
I mean,
I'll know
right
I've seen it
on.
and nothing else.
And with that, we're going to end, as we do every podcast, with a positive affirmation, with something to lift our spirits and set our direction and course on the right path. And given today's topic, we are going to talk about how to teach healthy boundaries. So the affirmation goes, I can say no if I'm uncomfortable. I'm the boss of my body. I can be firm and kind with my words. It's okay to speak up if someone is being treated unfairly. I can let others know what touch feels good or bad. If someone is being unsafe, I will go ask for help. I will choose to be around others that make me feel comfortable and safe. I do not need to stay somewhere I feel unsafe. I can respect others' boundaries. It's okay to set my own boundaries. And I can only control myself, not others.
That's some good shit.
Yeah.
I
know.
immediately feel
Good one.
like
I
that
love
was
one.
attack to me and my Amazon purchasing. But it's okay.
Every morning,
felt
just tell
that.
yourself that you are in control of your destiny, and you can
Wait, are
say
you
no.
blaming me? What the heck? I don't need that mess in my life. Oh my goodness.
Like,
Blaming me for
yeah,
fun?
like
This
It
is a
is-
personal
I
attack.
need-
Aria
it
likes
is-
for more.
All your fault. But
It's
I
all
feel
your
like for FOMO, we all really need to just take ownership of the fact that we feel this way.
Yeah,
and
we have
that
agency in this.
We may not be able to control the feelings, but we control how we react to the feelings. So,
Well said.
go about your life with fun and happiness and power. Be powerful, everyone, and love yourself, and it'll help you love everyone around you. And we
Shake your
are-
titties.
and shake your titties.
shake those tits.
Your results may vary, but do shake the titties.